Well, good morning. It is great to see all of you today. It's great to be back in Rome. I was here 2 years ago when this was almost part of my congressional district, and I'm so proud that this community and this incredible gem right here in upstate New York is now a part of New York's 21st congressional district, and it has been a warm welcome with very good friends that I've worked with before. I want to thank them here today. Of course, we have Senator Joe Griffo, who I've known for well over a decade, who has represented parts of my district in upstate New York. We have our wonderful county executive, who is such a strong voice and who I have kept in close touch with over the past 2 years as we've worked to deliver results right here to Oneida County. I've been here many times before. It was great to get a briefing from Dr. Michael Hayduck about all the incredible research and emerging technological work that is being done right here at Rome AFRL. And I think this is a really great fit. I am proud to serve as the senior-most New Yorker on the House Armed Services Committee and the House Committee on Intelligence. So the work that we do here in upstate New York related to national security issues is a tremendous fit for the committees on which I am honored to serve as a very senior member. And the experience that we have advocating for Fort Drum, advocating for other military partnerships and defense partnerships throughout upstate New York and the North Country, it fits into a very strong ecosystem that your local leadership in Oneida County are building right now. I also want to thank the Rome Mayor, Jeff Lanigan. I'm looking forward to working closely with him. I want to thank our local leadership from the Central New York Defense Alliance, who has been a tremendous partner over many years as we've worked to deliver results to this community in the National Defense Authorization Act and the Appropriations Bill. I also want to note that we worked very closely with your current member of Congress, Brandon Williams, who worked to ensure that we were able to deliver these results, partnering in the appropriations process, and then in my seat on the House Armed Services Committee. This is a tremendous investment that I'm proud to announce for the region, doubling the previous year's investment, and we just passed the appropriations bill, which was signed into law, and I'm proud to announce over $415 million total for fiscal year 2024 for the Air Force Research Lab. This goes towards quantum research, this goes towards cyber, this goes toward counter UAS. So all the emerging technologies, when we consider future national security challenges, we will be the leaders right here in Rome, and I am proud to have delivered that significant funding, working with Brandon Williams, working with our local elected officials, and utilizing my seat on the House Armed Services Committee and the House Intelligence Committee to get that done. This is a tremendous endorsement at the national level of the incredible work and the unique work that Rome Labs does every single day. We're not only the leader in New York, the leader in the United States of America, but we are a global leader when it comes to these emerging technologies. And that's why I'm excited to announce one of the new pieces of legislation that I'm introducing right here in Rome. It's called the Defense Quantum Acceleration Act. And this bill will supercharge the DoD's approach to quantum information science and create a framework for reaching the first utility-scale, fault-tolerant quantum computer right here in Rome, New York. So we want to make sure when it comes to quantum that we continue to be the world leader. That's why I'm introducing that legislation. It's not only important for national security purposes, but also important for right here in Oneida County and right here in Rome. So I'm looking forward to building on these partnerships. I'm looking forward to earning the support from voters in the portions of Oneida County that have been added to New York's 21st Congressional District. As I said, I've been here many times before and looking forward to the work and the vision that lies ahead. And I'm excited to introduce some of my fellow elected officials who I've worked with before. I'm going to start off with my good friend, Senator Joe Griffo.
Well, thank you, Congresswoman, and welcome back. And this time we have you for sure. So this is what a great announcement. I think this is the most substantial funding that the lab has seen. And we know that we've faced many challenges over the years, and there's a great group assembled here who have worked cooperatively and collaboratively to ensure that people understood that the work that was being done here was both mission effective and cost effective relative to the needs of our nation. And then we saw such major investment from all levels of government, and led here at the local level by the county executive, showing what we could do to transform this tremendous asset for our region. So I think today's announcement by the Congresswoman just shows now with her leadership, and she's an individual who I've known because we've worked together, but now I get to be a constituent. She is someone who is extremely talented, very hardworking and energetic, and really is respected not only across this state but across this nation. So we're very fortunate to have you as our Congresswoman, and look forward to our continued work together. And I see good things ahead for this community and the congressional district. So Congresswoman, thank you again, and it's my pleasure to introduce the Oneida County Executive who has led a number of efforts in this park over the last decade, Tony Picenti.
Thanks, Senator. Like the Senator, I am very pleased that Congresswoman Stefanik has joined us today and has joined this community as the Congresswoman to represent this northern district, obviously, of Oneida County. It's significant. And while, as has been said, she is no stranger to New York State, she's no stranger to the nation, she's been no stranger to Rome Lab and to everything that we've been doing here and things in Oneida County. And I want to thank her personally for, as she said, staying in touch all of these years, even though she had not represented us. And clearly, this $415 million, I was thinking about that. My county budget is only about $500 million, if you could pass a little bit over. But seriously, this is significant. What we have done together with the Air Force Research Lab, with the Central New York Alliance, with the Griffith Institute, in transforming what is today the premier business and technology park. And Griffiths International Airport has become the home of many programs and companies, and more to come as we develop our UAS program, but as we work in quantum, as we work in cyber, as we work in all of these aspects. And we could not ask for a better leader in Congress to help us accomplish all that we have in front of us over the next several years. So I want to welcome her. I thank her for her continued leadership. I know that the people of Oneida County will embrace this, and as we look forward to the future, this is Oneida County. This is upstate New York. This is, the home for technology, nanotechnology, quantum, cybersecurity, all things above. We are now going to be known in the years to come, as we are now, as the technology hub of New York State, and it's going to be thanks to the Congresswoman's leadership that we achieved this. So thank you again, and with that, I'm going to turn it over to my partner, the Mayor of the City of Rome, Jeff Lanigan.
Thank you so much for that, County Executive. Thank you so much to the Congresswoman for being here today. This is incredible. This is great news for our city, for our area. This is incredible for Oneida County. My experience in quantum computing is very minimal, but Heather has assured me she's going to provide me with a book to freshen up on it. But we are so excited with the partnerships at the federal, state, and county level that we've had here, working with all the companies up here on the business park is just going to continue to grow, and this funding of $415 million is just going to be incredible for our area, and it's only going to help our city continue to grow and bring more people here and make this a destination for people to want to be here and start their careers and advance our security in this nation. So I thank you so much for your continued support. I look forward to working with you now that you're officially here, not just in person but on the ballot. So look forward to that, and thank you so much for everybody coming today. I'm going to turn over to the Griffith Institute President, CEO, Heather Hage.
Thank you, Mayor. Very nice. Thank you. And the Mayor has promised me he'll have a PhD in quantum information science by the end of his first term. This is an historic day. I mean, it really is. The investments that have been made by the federal government are unprecedented, in fact. But important to know The good Congresswoman, though maybe was not our representative for the last few years, has been by our side helping to support Rome Labs and helping to support this community throughout. In fact, the last time you were here was just after giving birth to your son, and helped us to celebrate and inspire all of the students in our Air Force Research Laboratory Challenge competition that many of you follow here in the community. And so from the Griffith Institute, I want to say we will absolutely do our very best to help translate these investments in these very high technology and critical technology areas that are necessary for our nation's security, and continue to build bridges to the regional communities that come here looking for STEM education and pathways to future careers, as well as to be a place that can nurture and support the growth of new startup companies. We want young quantum companies to start strong and grow healthy here in upstate New York. We have all the ingredients we need to make that happen. We have incredible support from our local, regional, and national leaders, and we say thank you to you, Congresswoman Stefanik, for all the incredible support. So I think that concludes our remarks, and I'll allow you to come back if you want to take some questions.
Yes, thank you so much, Heather, for your extraordinary leadership at the Griffith Institute. I'm happy to take questions. Since some of you are new reporters, I know all the reporters in my district, so if you could just, I'll say your name and just let me know the outlet you're with. Sean Mills? Yes.
I'm with the Daily Sentinel newspaper.
Great.
Is there a layman's way to explain where this money is going exactly?
This is going to the most critical technological challenges that national security thinkers are focused on. So quantum, making sure that we have the best quantum technology, cybersecurity, making sure that we have the strongest cyber research and development, and a talent pipeline of workers to go into cybersecurity, as well as counter UAS, so unmanned aerial systems, drones, countering drones. These are all critical missions that the DoD is focused on, and the research and development is happening right here in Rome. The Oneida Dispatch.
He asked my question.
Oh, he did? Are you Roger?
I'm Roger, yes.
Good to meet you, Roger.
Thank you, likewise.
Great.
Doing a good job.
Thanks. WUTR. Are you Jessica? Okay, hi, Jessica. Hi. Okay. Spectrum, I know Spectrum. Hi.
I have a couple questions, one on this topic and a couple that are off topic.
Sure, as always, yes.
So the first one just being with this being an increased investment, how does the federal government, I guess, view the importance, the significance of the Air Force Research Labs and increased work happening there?
It shows that the federal government understands that Rome is unlike anywhere else, and the research that's being conducted at Rome Labs is world-class, and it meets our national security challenges and mission of the 21st century. So we will continue to advocate for investment here, but I think we will continue to see that number grow, particularly as you see the focus on quantum, on cyber, on counter UAS, when it comes to those are challenges that our DoD is focused on.
Thank you. And then just a couple off topics. We have another reporter doing a story about military recruitment. So he was wondering if you could answer what you think the issue is with recruiting and what the impact would be if things don't change. And that's another question.
We are in a crisis when it comes to military recruitment. I think it's multifaceted. I think number one, the vaccine mandate with the COVID vaccine, we had a lot of service members end up leaving the military. We also had a lot of potential recruits choose not to go into the military. One of the big results we delivered, and this was actually at the end of last congressional session, was getting rid and eliminating the COVID vaccine requirement. So that was, I think, a part of one of the challenges. I also think that we can continue to work to get the word out there about just the tremendous opportunities there are in the military in all sorts of professional and leadership capabilities. That's one thing that I seek to do in my position. We do that through the military academies, and also we do that through highlighting Fort Drum, highlighting the incredible resources we have right here in upstate New York. But clearly, this continues to be a challenge, and we need to make sure it's a top priority, because the most important asset we have, yes, technology is important, but the most important asset we have is our people, is the service members, the men and women, and our military families. An area that I also think my office continues to seek improvements is the experience, not just not only, of course, for the service member, but for their spouses and their families. We've done a lot of work on, for example, increasing child care facilities like we've done at Fort Drum, increasing support for unique challenges that military spouses face.
And then he was wondering if you feel that perhaps the military has become too political, and if so, how that could be fixed if you feel that way.
I've been very concerned about the wokeness, not only in the DOD, and that's not to say, I'm not talking about the men and women in uniform, I'm talking about the political appointed leadership within DOD that's very focused on DEI rather than mission critical and national security issues. So we need to take the politics and the wokeness out of DOD, just like we need to do that in higher education, and there was a high profile hearing where I led on that issue as well. But the DOD and the leadership at DOD should be focused on national security and not on far-left wokeness. WKTV? Jolene, hi.
I do have a couple of non-topics. First of all, let you know how this is coming. But just wondering if you're able or at liberty to share today with us, with your constituents, whether you've had any conversations with former President Trump about running a possibility.
I have a number of conversations with President Trump. I never get into the details of those. I'm focused on doing my job as the representative for New York's 21st Congressional District and the House Republican Conference Chair. We have a lot of work between now and this November to make sure that we save this country and elect President Trump, and I'm proud to be the first member of Congress who endorsed him for his re-election. And it has been a net win. Think about Fort Drum. I brought President Trump to Fort Drum to sign the National Defense Authorization Act, and the increased investments and understanding of Fort Drum, which was in my district, was during President Trump's very successful presidency. So I have no announcements or updates to make on that subject here, other than we're working very hard as an entire team of House Republicans to support President Trump to make sure that we save this country.
This news today, $415 million, why is that good news not only to people here or STEM people, but to everybody in Oneida County and even beyond?
Well, the economic impact in Oneida County, and actually it goes beyond Oneida County, it's in a multi-county region and touches counties in my district all the way to Essex County. It's, hundreds and hundreds of $1 million annually, the economic impact, the thousands of jobs, and those are all part of hardworking families in this district. It also is future opportunities. So when you have an investment of $415 million on emerging technologies like quantum, like cyber, those fields are only going to grow long term. It also allows us to attract other businesses who are leaders in those spaces. Griffith Institute has done a tremendous job with that, so has our county executive, and so has the mayor and the local leaders, as well as Rome Labs, understanding those private sector partners with the research that's happening at Rome Labs. So it's good news all around. It's a huge economic investment that will only grow in future years. Great. No other questions? Thank you. Oh, yes, sir, from the Daily Sentinel.
What were the nuts and bolts of where the money came from? Was it for like the 2024 appropriations bill?
Yes, it was in the appropriations bill. So on the Armed Services Committee, I authorized the funding through the National Defense Authorization Act. The appropriations bill, which was the second of the appropriations packages we just passed, that passed and was signed into law, and we can give you a whole rundown of what the breakdown of the $415 million. I talked about some of the major buckets, quantum, cyber, as well as counter UAS, but we can send you more details.
Perfect, yeah.
Thank you, everybody. I look forward to seeing you in the future. Appreciate it.